Hey guys, late for work, so I gotta make this quick, but welcome back to the Abundance playlist. We are doing a triple feature, okay, this week. Today, tomorrow, and Friday will be videos and we'll be all caught up. And hopefully I will stay on task, right? Right. We'll see. But welcome back. This episode marks the end of quarter one. So my quarter one ended at the end of April because I skipped March. So quarter two for me is just May and June. Okay, we're all caught up. Great. And that was focused on receiving the promise. We started the year talking about making room. We walked through surrender, faith over familiarity, and what it actually feels like when things you prayed for begin to manifest in real time. So today isn't just a recap, it's a reflection on what this season built inside of me. And hopefully what it built inside of you too. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so abundance doesn't just change your life, it changes you first. When I look back over this season, I don't just see like answer prayers. In fact, I really don't see many of them. I just see a lot of pruning, growth, stretching, discomfort, but obedience through it all. And that didn't always feel glamorous in the moment, but it shaped me for what's next. So what to expect from this video is a full reflection on the Q1 journey, the internal transformation behind the external change, and what I'm carrying into the new season. Okay, so what this season built in me, I learned how to make room. Okay, so I started off this season letting go of core friendships, like core friendships. Me and my dad aren't really speaking right now, and yeah, what is it? Habits. Yeah, habits that I had, smoking marijuana on it. I don't do that no more. Drinking every single day. Don't do that no more. I know, right? It was look that transition from being depressed to thriving, a roller coaster, but I'm here. So like letting go, it wasn't a loss. It was like, it was more so like preparation for what's about to come into my life. And I couldn't take those relationships into that next state of my life because that was just the version of me that was in those relationships was overgiving. I was the load bearing weight. I was always thinking of the other person before myself. And those aren't bad qualities to have, but it can be toxic when it's not reciprocated. You know what I mean? Like when people are used to taking from you and not pouring in, and that being okay, and that being the standard of the relationship. And so the second you don't pour or you don't give correctly or whatever, it's like, oh, you just messed up so bad. And it's just like, this is my first time ever making a mistake in the relationship, and this is how you treat me? Get on out of here, buddy. Or I have been waiting and waiting and waiting for your words to match up with your actions, and this is how you treat me. And you're okay with it. And like you can acknowledge that you're being a bad friend and not change. Get on out of here. Thanks. You know? So that space had to be created before anything new could come into my life, because those people did not deserve to go to the next level because they did not honor who I was at this level. And then on top of that, just realizing that that empty place that I was in, it wasn't wasted because God was able to fill the gaps. And not only did he fill the gaps, he brought me new people. He brought me people that do value who I am, that do listen to me, that do pour in, that ask me, hey, how can I pray for you today? When I tell you somebody asked me that, and I cried because nobody's ever asked me that, like as a friend. I normally have to ask my friends to pray for me, but like she was like, can you pray for me and let me know how I can pray for you? So now we're locked in because we're praying for each other. And I know about it. Like it's great. It's amazing. Like it's amazing to not have to be the spiritual guidance in a relationship. Like someone's actively working on their own relationship with God and doing the steps and trying to be there. Like I love that. Number two, I learned how to choose faith over what was familiar. So comfort for me has never been confirmation. It's always been a distraction. Like where I'm comfortable is a distraction. It's keeping me complacent. And let me go ahead and turn on the cooling because clearly it's hot AF outside. But yeah, comfort has always been a distraction for me. It's never been something that was fulfilling. It has always been something to keep me stuck. So that obedience of discomfort, it wasn't logical. And sometimes I do look back on those relationships. I'm like, did I make the right choice? Did I do the right thing? Like, should I have left the relationship? But it always circles back to who would you be if you didn't? And I'm like, I wouldn't be here if I didn't let go of those people and let go of those situations. I really wouldn't be here. I would still be trying to fight to keep those relationships alive instead of trying to fight for my place in God's heart. Like, and not, you don't have to fight for your place in God's heart, but you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to really like win souls for the Lord. And like, you know, I have a purpose connected to my name. So I can't just keep pouring and pouring and pouring and nothing get poured back into me. Like I have to make room so that God can fill those gaps and like be there and be my everlasting help and all that stuff. So had to let the people go. Had to let it go. So growth requires movement, not maintenance. Faith that stretched me beyond what felt safe. So like, and even now I'm still in that season of my faith being built up, because I do not see, like, I cannot stress to you enough, I do not see the promises. I see where they can, you know, where the seeds are buried, but nothing has sprung forth yet. You know, Isaiah 43:19, nothing has sprung forth. There have been like hints, and like I can almost see the little seedling pop out, but it's not there yet. Like it's still underground, it's still being hidden. I'm still being hidden, you know? And lastly, I've learned how, well, not lastly, but I've learned how to trust God in real time. So even when things started happening, fear still showed up. Like a good example, like my friends, like having new friends and being in a situation where I thoroughly believe somebody is triangulating. And I had to completely remove myself from that dynamic, because I'm like, I am not getting in no more triangulated, manipulative, toxic. I cannot do that. And so I had to completely eject myself out of like a whole friend group, because I'm like, you know what? I can't deal with triangulation. And it's just like expressing that to my new friends and being like, it's some murky in the water, and like having to trust that they won't, you know, leave me or think I'm crazy. It's just like, yeah, that's scary. Because I've been in a lot of like situations where people will try to turn people against me or try to like manipulate or just be the center of focus. And it's just like, why? I don't know. Like, I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's jealousy, insecurity. I don't know what that is. I don't know why people do that, but I just can't, I don't have bandwidth for that. So if I feel that even a little bit, I'm out. I'm completely out. You got it. You can have all the friends. I really don't care about you. Like I can go make new friends. It's not hard for me. So yeah, like when those things happen, I definitely was just like the trauma response is real. And then even when the blessings came, like stewardship is still required of me. So like I'm learning how to be the friend that I know I am, but in a healthier way, like maintaining the boundaries, not overgiving, but also like being present and making sure I'm checking in and doing my part in the relationship. And then lastly, when the prayers were getting answered, like God sending me my tribe and all that, like discipline is still required in the midst of that. And I'll take it a step further. These friends have actually been helping me stay accountable. Like they're checking on me. They're like, hey girl, I saw you went outside tonight. You gonna be in by 10? Like, you better get into me, because I said that's what I wanted to do. And if I'm not doing it, hold me accountable. That's a good friend. Like, I love that. So arrival didn't end the assignment. It just revealed a new level of it. Like a new level of friendship for me, where people are actually pouring in and paying attention. A new level where I'm actually able to be disciplined and steward things well. Like, it's been amazing these last couple weeks. Okay, now, lastly, I learned that abundance is formation, not just addition. So, like, God wasn't just giving me more friends and doing all that stuff. No, he was making me a better friend, making me more aware of myself and my boundaries, and making me a better friend to myself. Honestly, he was building me up to be a better version of Jada. He was like, Jada, you don't need to smoke every day. You're good off that. You're out of survival mode. Like, I am taking you to new heights now. You need to drop that, because it's going to weigh you down. And I dropped it, and now I'm like really consistent with the content and stuff. Way more consistent than I've ever been in the past. Like, it's been beautiful. And then also my capacity had to expand before the increase could even remain. So like me getting rid of all that, making room, like that amped up my capacity. I'm able to carry more now because I have space for it all. I'm not giving myself or over giving myself emotionally in relationships that don't pour back into me. I'm actively like able to pour into myself from my overflow. And I love that, because I need that. I don't know if y'all have ever been in a season where you've just been depleted and tired, but that's just literally how I felt all the first quarter. Like just tired. And I don't even know, exhausted, like literally famished, just like, oh my God, I can't keep going. And like the endurance has not been me. It has been completely the Lord. And then lastly, my identity had to mature with opportunity. So like I had to remind myself over and over again, I am not my mistakes. I am not any of my shame that I've felt throughout my life. I am who God says I am. And just because I have a human moment or any type of shortcoming, it does not negate who God says I am. God knew all of that was going to happen. And there's probably going to be more shame down the line. God knows all of that is going to happen. And he still calls me his. So I need to stand 10 toes on that before I even try to go into any type of opportunity. I need to know who I am. So this quarter really taught me that, like, I'm the Lord's child. And I need to stand on that. So here are our scriptures. We're going to start with Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. Let's see if I remember where Ecclesiastes is. I don't. I ain't even trying to do all that. Ecclesiastes, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? 394. All right. Okay, cool. Cool. Chapter 3, verse 1. Let's get into it. Where are you? I just saw you. Okay, there you are. Chapter 3, verse 1 says, for everything there is a season, a time for every activity under the sun, under the heavens. Hello. Okay. Next up, we got Philippians chapter 1, verse 6. Philip, where you at? Philippians chapter 1, verse 6. Where is Philip in them? 708. All right. I know they are going to cook me for the way I be pronouncing stuff in this Bible, because I'm going to say what I want. All right. Chapter 1, verse 6 says, and I am certain that God who began the good work within you will continue his work until it is finally finished on the day when Jesus Christ returns. Amen to that. He is going to keep working on you until his son get back. I hope you know that's what it means. Like, I'm going to keep working on you until Jesus gets back. Like, I actually won't take my hand off you, period. And then Luke chapter 12, verse 48. I don't know if you noticed about Luke, but that's going to be the next book we go into after Isaiah if you are on the broadcast channel. And that is at The Life of Jay White on Instagram if you would like to join that broadcast channel. And we're looking at chapter 12, verse 48. Lukey. All right. 48. Where you at? All right. It says, but someone who does not know and then does something wrong will be punished only lightly. When someone has been given much, much will be required in return. And when someone has been entrusted with much, even more will be required. Period. Time and seasons for everything. All right. So here's our practical application, because, we got to tell y'all how to do this. You got to ask yourself these questions. What did this season remove from me? What did this season build in me? And where did I grow that I didn't notice in real time? Okay, that's the reflection exercise. And then we're going to release and have a gratitude practice. And that is releasing the pressure to have it all figured out, because the only one that knows everything is God. And acknowledge the growth you almost overlooked. Thank God for what didn't feel comfortable, but what was necessary. Now, what am I prepared for that I wasn't ready for before in this season is the final reflection. Okay, so key takeaway from this video is that abundance isn't just what God gives you. It's who he builds you into while you're preparing to receive it. Drop one thing that quarter one taught you about God, yourself, or this season in the comments. And tomorrow we will be talking about moving from receiving to building, from preparation to expansion. Thank you so much for being here for my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, share, save it, send it to your friends, do all the things. I knocked this out in under 15 minutes. Let's go to work. Have a great day. Bye.